Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. This is a viewer request. Viewer asked me if I could show them the drag sequence on a Penn spool. I think this one's from the 710. It's an older gold spool one. But apparently they bought a reel and the pieces are all out on the deck, and they don't know the sequence or how it comes together. So I thought I would take a moment to show you that. The drag washers, of course, in these spools are located up top. But as I took this spool off, I noticed there's an awful lot of tarnish and corrosion. Some of it is eaten into the actual metal, but some of it is just on the surface as well. So I thought I would do two things at once. I would do the drag sequence for that individual, and I'll also show you how to polish this up. So some of you actually saw the video I did on the Ocean City 6051, where I showed you how to use Flitz polish, and I've been happy with the results of it, so I thought I would share that with you on the spool before we load up those things. So I actually use a battery powered toothbrush and just a little bit of the polish, and I'll show you the results because it goes pretty quickly. So first off, I'm going to just kind of remove the cap after I've shaken it. I need to get that inner cap off. And it's been shaken, so it sounds like a James Bond kind of a thing, shaken, not stirred. And I'm just going to put a little bit onto this spool. You don't need much of this. That's plenty. And then just activate the toothbrush, and I think you'll be amazed by what you find in a very short period of time. And then we'll get inside with it as well. And kind of do the other side, the back end. And what that's doing is that's just taking off all the accumulated probably fish scaling and greases and the like that just tend to accumulate on the spool over time. And you can see there's not a lot of effort in this. Just the only effort really is just making sure you get all the pieces and parts covered with it. Now you don't want to let this dry on the reel or whatever parts you're cleaning. You just need to make sure that it still stays wet. And then they recommend a microfiber cloth to just continue it. So if you have a reel that is an issue, maybe it doesn't look as pretty as it once did, then by all means go ahead and use a polish like this. Now I think you'll like the results. So in a very short period of time, that looks a whole lot better. I'm just going to grab a paper towel. There's some residue in that little cap there. And then once you get this stuff off, now of course I just did this very quickly, but you can see already that there's quite a difference in the appearance. And if that means something to you, then by all means go ahead and use a polish to get that done. Yep, we still have some more salt residue I noticed here. All right, more importantly, they asked how do you set the drag stack in this spool. So the drag stack in this case has Teflon washers, so they don't need to be lubricated. They are by nature self-lubricating. And from bottom to top, you get a Teflon washer. You get the keyed washer. That's the one that looks like a rectangle with oval sides. Second Teflon washer. Then you get the hex washer, the four-sided one. Then you get another Teflon washer. Then you get another keyed washer, and then you get the expansion clip. So sort of goes like this. One of those, keyed washer, second of the Teflons. Now this one locks into the channels inside this spool. Just like that. You need to make sure that you're locked and loaded there. And the last of the Teflon washers, the last of the keyed washers. Now this one, you're going to notice that there's a groove in the spool here, pretty much just about on top of the drag stack that you just put in. So you want to grab the C-clip, and there's two ways to do this. I find that this clip is fairly flexible, so if you put the back end in first, and this is a spring, hold it down, then set one side and come back and set the other, you can pretty much lock that in. But you do need to make sure that this clip glides in the groove on that spool. So the purpose of that ring is really just to hold those washers in place, and if you leave that clip outside of the ring, that clip could pop, and you can lose your washers while you're working on your reel. So just a quick shout out. Thank you to all of our frontline employees, our first responders, anyone who's got a role to play in keeping us safe during this pandemic. Your efforts truly are appreciated, whether you're in law enforcement, EMT, healthcare, if you're in our supply chain, truck drivers, grocery store employees, if you're doing this wonderful thing called remote learning. By all means, thank you to the teachers and the educational staffs and everything for trying to soldier on there while everybody else is trying to figure out how to stay safe. It really is appreciated, and I wanted to thank you for that. All right, so that's it. That's how you set a drag stack on a Penn reel, and that's how you get this one back to fishing. And again, if you use that polish, all you need to do is grab an electric toothbrush. This one's battery powered. It's relatively inexpensive, and just kind of work it in there. I noticed that I was rushing before. I didn't get everything, but if you work it in there, it's going to take care of a lot of that built-on salt and the like, which we just cleared out there. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please like it. If you have any questions like this, how to set a spring or some things, if I have the piece in the shop, I'll be happy to do a short video to answer your question. Please leave questions in the comments section. That's probably the best way for me to respond. If you would like to see more, please subscribe. I appreciate all of the subscriptions. It's what keeps my channel vibrant. And finally, if you have a reel that needs service and you're interested in me providing that service or repair, then please contact me on the business card that follows, and I will be happy to provide you with the repair information. So this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.